Hello everyone, my name is Zara and welcome to my new channel. This is my first ever video with you and I hope you're gonna stick around for the process with me. Please do give me a like, comment, subscribe. I'm not gonna lie, since this is my first YouTube video, I'm not quite sure kind of how to kick things off, but my channel as a whole will be about intersectional environmental topics. So that basically means, how does the climate interact with the environment and the people that live in it and the animals and the ecosystem, and my channel will mainly focus on intersectional environmental topics. So that's basically how people, the environment, ecosystems all intertwine with each other, and I really hope you learn something from here. I've put my other socials in the description below if you'd like to give me a follow there. I have put my other socials in the description below. I'd love it if you also gave me a follow there. So I suppose let's kick it off with topic one. Now it's not a very light-hearted topic, but I think it's a really important one, and that is how the Amazon, and we're going to be talking about how the Amazon rainforest could become a carbon source rather than a carbon sink. Now, my inspiration behind doing this topic is this book. I picked up the climate book by Greta Thunberg in Waterstones the other day. It was half price. I wanted it anyway, and the inspiration for me doing this topic is from this amazing book here. This is the climate book by Greta Thunberg. As always, in this video and in my coming videos, I'll state all of my sources, and if you want to do additional research and have a look around the internet or in books, I'll let you know where I got my information from. And as always, if you want me to go into any more depth about something, I'm more than happy to do so. The Amazon rainforest is the largest rainforest on Earth, and it currently stores over 120 billion tons of carbon dioxide. The Amazon rainforest is the largest rainforest on Earth, and it currently stores over 120 billion tons of carbon dioxide. The Amazon rainforest is the largest rainforest on Earth. It stores 120 billion tons of carbon dioxide, and it sucks up 16% of our annual carbon, and it removes 16% of atmospheric carbon each year through photosynthesis. However, in recent years, the Amazon has changed as an ecosystem and as its function. Most of this is due to agricultural farming. In another video, I'll go into more detail about agricultural farming and its impact on the environment, but we'll just do a light delve here, and I'll just discuss how it is contributing, or how it's a contributing factor to the Amazon rainforest becoming a carbon source. It's a known fact that wealthier countries eat more meat, and as more countries are getting wealthier, more meat is being consumed globally. We're now consuming 3 times as much meat as we were 50 years ago, and this is representative of global wealth. More countries now are developed and they're more wealthy. So because more people are eating more meat, farmers are encroaching their farmland into virgin rainforest in the Amazon. This essentially means that they are using a method of slash and burn, where they cut down trees to either place cattle on the land or to grow singular crops in order to feed the cattle. I do want to stress, however, that this is not an issue caused by, for example, Brazilian farmers. This is an issue caused by the West, and they are simply using the resources in order to feed their families and make a bit of money. It's us in the West that has driven this change. But as I said, in another video, I'll go into detail about land use change and its impact. So we've established that farming and land use change is a huge cause of deforestation within the Amazon. Since 1988, an average of 10,000 acres have been deforested in the Amazon per day. That's about 7,500 football pitches. And in 2021 alone, 4.8 million acres of the Amazon rainforest was lost. That's almost the size of Slovenia. So, and because there's less trees, there isn't the same capacity for photosynthesis. And because there's less trees, there isn't the same capacity for photosynthesis as there was before. So carbon uptake from the Amazon will gradually slow. Deforestation also fragments tree cover. This means that it's a known understanding that tree coverage reduces temperature of the ground below and increases the moisture of the air. So with less trees, the temperature of the ground below increases because there's no shade canopy and the ground becomes drier. So this increases the chance of wildfires in the Amazon. So the burning of this biomass emits a lot of carbon back into the atmosphere due to the process of combustion. As well as this, black aerosols are also released into the atmosphere. This increases the risk of wildfires. Now, wildfires not only release carbon into the atmosphere through combustion of the trees, burning of this biomass also releases black aerosols into the air, which reduces the ability to create clouds. This reduced cloud cover over the Amazon further increases the temperature and the dryness of the land. And this is creating a positive feedback loop because you have more trees burning, releasing more black aerosols into the air, which prevents cloud coverage, which increases the temperature and dryness of the air below, which increases the risk of wildfires, which increases the aerosols, yada yada yada. You get the idea. Now, unfortunately, some parts of the Amazon are already emitting more carbon than they suck up. Which basically means parts of the Amazon are already becoming a carbon source. Point number one. However, we are rapidly approaching this tipping point where the whole of the Amazon could become a source of carbon. However, we are rapidly approaching this point, a tipping point, where the Amazon could become a source of carbon dioxide rather than a sink. However, we are rapidly approaching this point where the Amazon rainforest could become a carbon source rather than a carbon sink. So we have 3 roundup points of why the Amazon could become a carbon source, not a sink. We have land use change from agricultural farming, which is fragmenting the tree cover, increasing the temperature and increasing the dryness of the land below, creating more wildfires. Point number 2, deforestation. Less trees means less ability to take up this carbon from the atmosphere. And point number 3 are wildfires. More wildfires means that more black aerosols are being released into the atmosphere, increasing the chances of wildfires through reduced cloud coverage above. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, subscribe and comment, and I do hope you learned something today. As always, if there's anything you'd like clarification on, or if there's a topic you'd like me to talk about, do let me know in the comments below. Bye!